So, this is the first video of the new year. So far, it's going very well. This video is going to be a little bit about the new Jane Doe Telecaster. As I mentioned a couple of videos ago, I made actually a Telecaster a couple of years ago. Well, I think it's maybe 4 years ago now, so it's a little more than a couple of years ago. That was the Black Label Telecaster. The idea is from the Jim Root and the John 5 Telecaster. I wanted to have something in between them two because of course they are great guitars, but there was certain things about each of them that I didn't really like, so I thought I'd go ahead and make my own. Well, the Black Label Telecaster was a great guitar, it still is a great guitar, but there was some few things that I wasn't really happy about, so after building a few of those Telecasters, I decided to not gonna build them anymore, because I'm not really happy with the concept. So I think it was back in 2010 maybe. I don't know, it was back in 2011. I was starting to think about a new concept, a whole new concept. So I made some drawings. I was trying out many different types of Telecasters to get some ideas, you know, the thickness of the neck, the whole concept of a whole new guitar, how it would be like. And so I wrote down the ideas on paper, and a year later I built a prototype, actually two prototypes. The first one wasn't really good, so I thought, well, so I took the changes from what needed to be changed and built the new one. So the final prototype is actually what this Jane Doe Telecaster is going to look like. Yeah, so it's always better to build a guitar after you build a prototype or several prototypes, so you know that the real deal is going to be exactly the way you want it to be. And that's very important when you go to a guitar factory and show the prototype and give them the specs, and you know, so they can build it exactly from the prototype. This Jane Doe Telecaster is not going to be for sale. This is the first produced Jane Doe Telecaster. I will keep it for myself, maybe for display, maybe I'll visit some you know, guitar shows or whatever, but it will be able to buy a Jane Doe Telecaster, of course, but not the first made. I can say this much, that the Jane Doe Telecaster is named Jane Doe because I'm not really sure about the identity of this guitar. I cannot think of a better name than Jane Doe, because I think most of you knows what Jane Doe means. I will go into that in another video. This new Telecaster is actually also something in between Jim Root, John 5, the Black Label Telecaster, but also so much more. I added quite a few things about it, and I think it's gonna be an awesome guitar. I don't really think that this guitar could be, you know, placed in a certain, you know, it's going to be a very good all-round guitar. Yeah, for, you know, country, you know, not maybe jazz, but rock and roll, hard rock, metal, you know, all this kind of stuff. And The whole guitar is going to be built out of the finest wood you can even imagine there is out there. I tested some different woods on those prototypes, and I'm not really going to say what kind of wood it is, but it's very common used in many guitars, yeah. So I added this extra little touch to this guitar because I don't want to, you know, screw around with, you know, 50 prototypes before I actually can build the real deal. So that's why it took so long for me to write down on paper, testing all these other Telecasters to be sure that I'm doing the right thing. So the thickness of the neck, for instance, is a very important thing. I spend quite a lot of time to calculate, to, you know, everything, measurements, everything, to make it be exactly the way I want it to be. Even the frets are very... I did a lot of thinking about the frets. Should I use stainless, or what kind of frets should I use? So, and thank God that I didn't choose stainless steel frets. But anyway, I think the pickups are pretty straightforward. It's very common, used in a lot of guitars. I have several guitars myself with those types of pickups, and but the little touch about making the perfect guitar, I mean, maybe it's not perfect for you, but it's perfect for me, and I'm pretty sure a lot of others too. So of course I cannot really make an exact copy of, you know, Fender Telecaster or something like that, because I could be sued for that, you know, so I can't do that. So there is a little changes, you know, little measurements that is a little bit off, so it will not, you know, I cannot steal someone else's concept, so that's also down to this guitar. So this is a little speech about the Jane Doe Telecaster. It will be available out there. I'm not really sure about prices and anything like that yet, but I will put the price range in so it will be affordable for people who are looking for a very good guitar. I'm also looking into international shipping for this kind of guitar. I have contact with some dealers, you know, guitar stores. It will also be available in a few of those around Europe. So I think this is gonna be awesome. I'm very excited to get the first ever built Jane Doe Telecaster with a serial number on it. I'm so very excited, and I really hope that the Guitar Factory can be able to make it just as the way the prototype is, because it's very important that this guitar is going to be a good guitar. I don't want to mess around with things, you know. It's important to make it a very good guitar. I got some news from the Guitar Factory, and it's going to be quite some time before I get this new guitar, because we are talking about some different stuff now, and not about changes, but things they want to make sure, and I need to think over. So I think maybe in about 3 to 6, 7 weeks, I think the guitar will be here. I really hope so. And so I will make a video later on, perhaps unboxing, perhaps some detailed specs about it, and of course some audio samples, and some review of the guitar. So this is really going to be great. I'm very excited about it. So it's been 10 minutes of talking now, so I'm not going to bore you anymore. But I think you really should stay tuned to this YouTube channel, and if you're not a subscriber, would be very happy if you subscribe to my YouTube channel. Of course, I subscribe to your YouTube channel as well. So you can really think about something in between the John 5 Telecaster and the Jim Root Telecaster, and I think you should think something extra. Yeah, I'm sure you don't have an idea of how it's going to look like, but it's going to be awesome. Yeah, so cheers. See you soon. Bye. And now I'm pretty sure that you're thinking, why Telecaster? I mean, there is so many other guitars that is great concepts. Well, the answer is very simple. I love Telecasters. Even though I doesn't really have many Telecasters myself, but there isn't very much Telecasters out there that is a good all-round guitar. So that's why Telecaster is the perfect model to start off with. Yeah. Bye. And there is just one more thing. The Jane Doe Telecaster, of course, there will be a few models. For now only one, but the concept will be the same in all models, but they will look different. They could have some, you know, different types of color to it, you know, some other type of wood in the fretboard, or you know, that kind of stuff, but the concept will always be the same. So I'm pretty sure there will be a guitar that, you know, that will fit all kind of music. Yeah, even though this first model is very suitable, maybe they don't like the way it look, or you know, the color of it or anything like that. So in the future, in a very close future, there will be at least one or two more different types of Jane Doe Telecasters. Yeah, that's what it is.